fresh air, don't care. Who's ready for some? Let's get in the sunshine, shall we? Shall we? Hold tight, hold tight. Let's get on the sunshine first. And then we can say, who's ready for some boom, baby, boom? Rise and shine. Oh, it feels so good to be alive, man. This is the morning motivation, baby. This is Saints Addiction. And every morning I get up and I'm grateful to be alive. I also picked up trash. Notice that. Plastic Pocket Challenge, y'all. But this morning, we're going to talk about spilling the tea. Because everybody talking about the tea app. And I learned something. I learned something about myself. Everything you go through when dating, you're going to learn something. And here's the chance to actually do a come up and say, you know what? This is the reason why I rise up. Morning motivation time. Let's go. So it goes to show just what you know, that every time you point a finger at somebody, there's a finger pointing right back at you. And you'd like to sit there and judge and say, that person did me so bad. They did me so bad. But odds are you probably didn't reflect on how bad you did them. It would be a shocker to the whole community if every girl was leaked for every abortion that they had, or STD, or what their body count was. The shame of being able to shame someone else but not being able to hide from your own shame is the same double-edged sword that we're talking about here. I learned something, about me, to be attractive to women, to make them want you, or to do things that compels them to be with you. You have to be a safe harbor. Who would have known? Safety is the number one priority for all women. Do I feel safe around him? Even if he's dangerous to other people, he can protect me. Or even if he's abusive, as long as he can abuse other men, I'm okay. Maybe he could be a fucking murderer. I don't know. I really like to date a serial killer, says almost all these girls. And yet, they'll write love letters to Charles Manson and shit, talking about, I love him, I can fix him. And then you're over here spilling the tea on other people that did you dirty, but not mentioning the things that you did. And it turns out I'm a trigger warning. I don't do well when people trigger me. Like, it doesn't sound like intelligence, but if I find somebody to be crazy or out of sorts, emotional, crying, not being stable, just somebody that doesn't completely act out of the normal, I call bullshit. I go, that's not cool. That's not bullshit. Good morning. And then I go, that's some bullshit, right? Like, if I saw it, I'd call it. But I'd also have to point at it and have a bunch of other motherfucking fingers pointing back at me, because it's also my responsibility. Why did I stay up all night for some chick? I should have just went to bed. And as soon as she started crying, I would have been like, well, I hope you see a psychologist. And every time that there's somebody just going to act all out of sorts, I tend to rise up to that occasion and meet them where they're at. Instead of being the person that spills water on the fire, I tend to be the person that's like gasoline. We all need to be angry and everything. So good morning. You look sharp, very artistic. Yo, yeah, I like that. Yeah, good combination. Nobody wears color around here, so keep wearing as much color. Wear colors. Yo, so you already know, like, you got to make people smile. And that's what I just started to notice about myself, was I wasn't ready for someone else's imbalance. It makes me feel out of balance. And just like I say, not anything more, not one more thing could be fit on the plate, because it throws off the balance of the plate and then everything falls. I literally was at my job and I had all these wine glasses, nice wine glasses, and the guy kind of like startled me. It was supposed to be my manager, and he kind of did this like jostling thing, and it moved, and because everything went too forward, went too back, and everything just went must have been like 9 or 10 or 12 different glasses just breaking right in front of me in the back of the shop. And I was just like, oh my God, I was so embarrassed. But that's what it's like, Good morning. Yeah, good morning. and being able to see my own shit. That's what is spilling the tea. You're gonna be somebody that's gonna point fingers at everybody and be like, you did this and you did that, but the whole time you didn't talk about your own accountability. And this is why we're having this conversation this morning, because all of us have a participation award around our necks, because we have to participate in life, but not everybody gets to win in life. You know what I mean? We all have to take our L's, lessons learned. And then they go like, okay, what was the lesson learned in this? Well, I learned that I'm not exactly a safe harbor. News to me. I was like, I'm not hitting on nobody. I've never hurt nobody. I just try to stick to myself. Even this morning, I had a great Sunday watching my buddy's cat. Had the whole house to myself, just lounging around like a lazy cat with the cat. And we had Nepalese food, and Yumi got me an ice cream, and now my stomach hurts this morning. I am accountable for that ice cream. All my friends know I've turned lactose intolerant. Even my friend went and got me a sandwich and some medicine. I think it's working. Like, my body just doesn't want to process milk anymore. I love me some ice cream, even if it's going to hurt me at 5 o'clock in the morning and get my stomach to hurt really badly and have to go to the toilet 6 different times or whatever else happens with my fake flatulence or diarrhea or whatever else doesn't make people shine. It's still shit time. Just like when your dogs come out here and take a shit, everybody takes shits. Everybody has some dirty business. Roses really smell like poo, 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 poo. And you want to be over here going like, well, I'm going to talk about your shit, but not mine. I'm going to spill the tea on all the things you did to me and the way that I believe and the way that I feel, but I don't want you to say anything about me. I don't want to be found out. I want it to be a secret. I want to be able to launch barrages and missiles and misunderstandings at someone else, but not take accountability into me and say, you know what, I did that thing. I did start crying on you 6 different times when I first met you. I did kill your baby, and nobody knows that I'm a murderer. I started seeing someone else before we even broke up. You want to write that on the T app, but you don't want them to write that on the app about you. Like, you don't want anybody to find out about your other half. That's why it's mostly saints, It's like, I got a halo on, but there's horns, I'm a saint, but I got addictions, everything's so fucking cool because I want it to, if it bleeds, it leads. I want everybody to know that I shine out of my butthole. But when it came to keeping it real, though, you don't want to know. I was having a huge argument this morning just about police and how they find a way. They didn't just come to get you on your left turn signal or because your window tint. No, they're looking for deeper shit. Anybody that you pull over, I could grab this car that just ran right now and I'll be like, where'd you get this pills? Where's your prescriptions? Where's your paperwork? Why didn't you buckle your safety belt? Why is the suit so close? We can find something even beyond the subsurface level to bitch about. We can find anybody's car. I'll take every cop's car, and I guarantee you there's a roach, an open canister, a light that doesn't work, registration that is expired, insurance that's no good. All these things are just like digging for problems in people. And if you're digging, if you're digging, you can be found out too. Like, everybody has a closet. I keep saying it's in their head. I talk about, Freudian, where these lights flicker. But we don't want nobody to know about. We don't want people to know about our child molestation issues when we were kids. We don't want people to know about our survival instincts and why we hide away and act the way that we did or still do. Like, nobody wants to really spill the tea, because then you have to come out about everything. And then you really got to have Saints addiction and say, okay, it's not just you, it's me too. The Me Too movement wasn't to include accountability. It was to be like, me too, I've been assaulted. But it's also like, who else slept with this motherfucker? Let's do the body count app. Nobody wants to be like, well, he gave me an STD. And then the guys are all going to be on a different app saying, well, I slept with her too. And then they click like. And then some of these girls are going to have like a 550 click like, yeah, I also suffered. Good morning. Yes. Keep exercising. Hoova. Keep going. And that's it. It's all of us. We're acting like we're fucking saints out here, but we all got addictions. And that's why I said mostly saints, because yeah, sure, you might feel like you're a good person, but you burnt somebody. And even if they burnt you, part of you has some of that story in it. Like, why did I go after what was it, the Tinder swindler, right? Because you had it already in your mind that someone's coming to rescue you. But you won't say that. You won't say that, okay, hey, as soon as I win the money, I'm going to put it all on black. Nobody talks about their gambling habit or my habit of businesses. You give me 50 grand, I'm putting it all on Intersect.ai. I'll look you in the eye and it'd be like, that's exactly what I would do facing you. Like, dead in your face. I still ate the ice cream. Like, no one forced it on me. My buddy just bought an extra one, but I got to pick out the ice cream. I know I was about to eat the ice cream. I know I'm a little lactose intolerant. And guess who gets to shit his pants? Me. Not you, not somebody else. My pain is in my stomach. It's my pain, my gain, bro. And it's like, it doesn't have anyone else to blame. And that's what I was having this argument with this other chick. She was looking for blame. You're blaming me for going back and checking on my dogs. And I'm like, yeah, checking on your dogs every 4 hours is insane. I'm like, that's some sort of neuroticism that you have. And I'm just not going to participate. There's all of us. Morning, bro. Nice ride. And that's it. That's all of us rolling in the deep, going out into life and getting a little bit messy. If not one of us can sit here with our white knitted gloves and going over to somebody else and go, this is dirty. That's because you're dirty too. How many of us just scrub our toilets every day? Right? No one. But you shit every day. You better be, otherwise something's wrong with your stomach. But this is all it is. It's like all of us going into the fakery, and just as long as we show up and pretend like we got so many followers, that are we following our heart? Are we following our passion? Or are we just following something that has attention? And attention's fleeting. Like the other chick says, it's not attention that the women want, it's attunement. They want to be filled, that you can feel them, that you can see them, that they're heard. That's a really hard thing to do when you're just really not involved with someone that much. If you're just there to hit it and quit it, you're not really there to listen to all the backstories and all the trauma that's taken place and all the things that could have happened, would have happened, should have happened. No, you don't want to hear any of that. You just want to smash and pass and go on with your life, and that's it. Thanks for the delivery, bro. Got you. And he's got the Cool Whip, right? Cool Whip, and he just delivered the Subway. But that's what it is, when you're inside yourself and you don't really lie about it, you're going to have to say, self, I made a lot of decisions that hurt myself. I ate the ice cream. I dated the chick. I shouldn't have fucking gone after her. I knew she was crazy, but I kept going, and I couldn't stop myself from chasing her. And I knew I shouldn't have slept with her, but there I was after 6 hours. I made love to her, and then we didn't keep making love ever since. It confused me. Or why am I asking someone to marry me, even though that they're running off with other people? That shocked me to my core, or that I would try to respond and try to date someone else, try to date someone more healthy. And they were like, how has this gone on so long? They were over it too. Damned if I do, damned if I don't. And for sure, life's not going to give a fuck if you don't. Because if you don't do anything, then nothing will happen. And if you do something, you risk something happening. And that's what people are afraid of. They're afraid of looking foolish in the crowd. What's up, man? Good morning. They're afraid of getting hurt. You know what I mean? Like anybody, you got to risk it for the biscuit to feel that intensity of love, to feel that connection. You have to connect. And what do? We do what's safe. We want just 5,000 friends, but nobody shows up. Right? We want to have the appearance of connection. We don't actually want to do the connecting. We don't want to do the intertwining that shows that we have spilt tea too. You're going to want to look perfect in front of your first date. No, have you graduated college? All the colleges. Yeah. Are you in debt? No, I have an 800 credit score and I paid everybody back. And do you believe in God? Yes, I go to church every day. And you're just like, is that even a human being? I'm just asking you, is that even a human being? Would you even trust someone that does it to that level? I'd be like, I don't think you really rode the ride called life. You didn't really ride this ride. Because if you really rode this ride, good morning. If you really rode this ride, you would say that you got scars. That scar tissues that I wish you saw. Sarcasm is to know it all. Lyrics on shirts, baby. Like, you're going to have to actually come clean about the lyrics that come out of you, because all of us are telling some false truths. We want the false narrative that, oh, I fell out of bed and my eyelashes were on and I had perfect makeup. It's all a lie. Or that I'm doing all these videos but I have a filter. Another lie. Or spilling the tea on everybody because everybody has tea to be spilled. Good morning. And that's it. That's all of us just trying to pretend that we didn't win. Morning. Yeah, I got a smile. Go enjoy your Monday. Yeah, don't make it a long day. Don't make it a long day. And this is it. You know, all of us are going through some shit where we don't even know. She smiled, even said thanks in YouTube, but like, that's us. We live inside of a world where we torture ourselves in our mind, like things that shouldn't have happened, or wish it would have happened another way, or I shouldn't have said that. Spill the fucking tea, bro. Don't cry over spilled milk. That's for all of us. That's where it happens. It's in the mistakes. It's in the mud. My great aunt Marlene used to say, I was there when Jesus made mud. I'm that old. And I was just laughing, but it's true. If you were to witness somebody to mix up the mud and see that there was a mistake, and like even the cat came jumping and hit the window so fucking hard it dropped one of the plants, and it was chasing a fly, but you know, nobody died. Of course I had to clean it up and put it back and give it some water, and hopefully that plant will make it, and of course it'll make it, but mistakes happen, homie. It's not like this is an interactive sport. This is a danger sport. To be alive means you're in danger. That means you're at risk, but that's the best thing going for it. You got to risk it for the biscuit. And all of these other girls are trying to throw biscuits, throw some shame, throw some gravy on some guys, and not pretend that they did it. You know what I mean? Morning, bro. Morning. Hey, men's workout tanks. Yeah, on Instagram. We make men's workout tanks at the shop. Hell yeah. I better see you. I can tell you work out. Yeah, dude. On Instagram, men's workout tanks. I got you. And that's what it is, bro. Just making random people smile, acknowledging that you're flawed, you know, honestly flawed. That's what Saints Addiction's all about. I don't get to sit here and go, yeah, everything's perfect. No, I sleep on a couch inside a shop that's my buddy's shop that I haven't paid for in like over a month. I'm lucky to even have it. My buddy let me sleep at his fucking cabin and watch his cat. And for the weekend, I had it like that. You know, I had a place where I can lay my head. I was super chilling, nothing big, you know what I mean? But that's what I did. You know, it wasn't like it was like, hey, yo, I woke up again and I got an Airbnb and I pay for these things and they're hella expensive and I can afford them. And don't look at my dirty laundry, man. I got stripes in my underwear too, bro. Like, you know, like I relate to people on a real level. And if they can't meet me on that level, then they're going to have to go somewhere because they're the devil. I'm just going to say it like that. Let's go ahead. Bless up. Blaze one for the nation. Join We Club. We got the high life. We got the high life. You know, living my blessed life and living my high life means I got to be honest with myself. It's one of the hardest things to do when you're getting sober, but they ask you, are you powerless to this drug? And yeah, I'm powerless to my drugs. I'm powerless to my emotions. I'm powerless to my triggers. I'm powerless to all sorts of things that I thought that I had more control over. Like how many people I felt this morning, I was like, oh, my stomach, bro, the ice cream, I ate it again. I felt like an alcoholic going like, this is the last time I drink. It won't be. Good morning. It won't be the last time I eat ice cream. I'm just letting you know. Even with the stomach ache, I got this medicine from my friend. I think I just found a hack and maybe it's working, but you know, it won't be the last time I'll make a mistake either. I'm the mistake master, and it won't be the last time that I fall in love, and it won't be the last time I have an argument, and it won't be the last time that life fucking finds a way to either smack me up or smile me down, bro. It's like, it's gonna happen, bro. And everybody's over here spilling tea on other people, acting like their shit don't stink. And that's why they got hacked, and that's why they're getting exposed, and that's why all their driver's license are out there and like, oh no, I'm glad my address isn't the same on my driver's license. It was like, no shit, bitch, you couldn't wait to spill the tea on somebody else, but your tea got spilt on your lap, and now you're like, oh no, I didn't want that. It's like, what do they call that? Instant karma? Yeah, there's like some instant karma going around of people doing some shady shit on some people that didn't know they were doing shady shit. I don't even know if I'm on the list, but I'll be damned if I'm going to have somebody talk shit about me without me getting my chance to defend myself. This is why we have a prosecutor and a defense. This is why we allow people to bring in evidence and be heard with both sides, because that's a functional justice system. To just fry somebody because you had a hunch, that's called the scarlet letter, baby. And the girls didn't like that much. They didn't like being called a slut in the community. They didn't like having all their information out there. Could you imagine if all these dudes go, I hid it, or she committed abortion, or she left me for money, or stole my money and ran? You wouldn't want anybody to tell them, because girls protect their reputation with a vengeance. And it's just like, you're just hiding. You're just hiding underneath a bunch of fucking excuses. You're pretending to have all the answers when all of us are just fickle creatures that just, will go with what's in trending. Oh, it's my idea to get the barbed wire tattoo. No, it's not. You saw somebody else get it, and now you're doing it too. There's no fucking brand new here. You're not brand new. Nothing's brand new here. You're doing the same mistakes the Greeks did, the Romans did, the Persians did, that we've been looking at in history, and you want to be the first one that didn't think about killing a man or infidelity or any of those other things. Good morning. Morning, bro. Super fit. Keep going. Keep working out. You didn't want to smile back, but guess what, dude? I got to find a way to keep myself smiling. I got to fucking find a way to keep myself continuing. If other people don't want to smile, that's on them, right? If other people want to spill tea, guess what? It spills on me too. It's not like I can just throw the shit. The shit's all over me as well. And that's why we had this conversation this morning. Bless up, morning motivation. Let's go. Need to settle down, because I was blowing me up talking about it this morning. Cops looking for something to look for. They're not really policing. They're looking for something to dig into. They're not going after the human sex slave trade. We're not going after the Epstein files. We're going after soon-to-be criminals, like immigrants or ICE or what was the other one? Cartels or anything like that. It's like, what happened to the white-collar crime? Well, isn't there some sex trafficking going on? Is there not a meth lab that you could be chasing down? Oh, or you're just pulling me over because my registration's late and I'm over here about to go on a hike and now I got federally arrested off of a plane? It's insane. I was in there with fucking pedophiles, bro. Prostitutes. A dude that beat his girl. And I'm over here, what are you doing here? And I'm like, I went hiking. And some guy came up to me and said, license and registration, I could see your tags expired. And I'm like tying my shoes on the back of my truck. Like, what did I do? People can't wait to fucking cause trouble. People can't wait to throw shit. They can't wait to get it off of their consciousness. But it's in our consciousness that we really see what we're really doing, And that's what really aha moment for me. I was like, I'm arguing with this chick. I'm like, you're crying. You're all over the place. You're neurotic, man. You're the crazy one. What was also crazy for me is that I'm not a safe harbor for some of these people. If you're not legit fucking sober or trying to work on things or showing me that you have the capacity to change from anger to calm and have a calm conversation, then I'm just going to predict that you're crazy. Mind your business, lady. And that's what we used to say, mind your business. You need to mind your own business. And instead, they want to put people's business on blast. And guess what ends up happening? They got blasted back. And they're like, what happened? Well, shit, man, you go shoot up the club. Somebody's going to come to your club and shoot it up. You thought you were the only one. Oh, well, he had it coming. Well, you had it coming too. No one likes a tattletale. Don't be a snitch. Being a narking on people. Well, guess what? But all the files are out there. All the things that want to be redacted. The CIA is investigating us. Well, who's investigating the CIA? Everybody was watching Herbert Hoover do his thing, and he was one of the most powerful men in America because he had something on everybody. Like Epstein, he had something on everybody. Everybody want to give him the power of attorney, billionaires. Well, maybe they didn't want him sleeping with little boys. And he's like, oh shit, let me give him $1 billion to hush up. Well, now he's gonna go sleep with a bunch of little girls. And it just keeps going on and on and on, perpetrating these lies where we were supposed to drain the swamp, right? Here's my trash guy, bro. Let's go. Let's go, bro. We were supposed to drain the swamp of all these bad actors, and it turns out we're the bad actors. We're the ones that still watch porn. We're the ones that still drink when we're not supposed to drive. We're the ones that still have arguments on the inside, but look like we're a cute couple on the outside. It's all lies, bro. And that's what Saints Addiction is not about to do, is lie to myself and just say, I'm not a safe harbor. I find those things triggering to me. That was the thing I had to learn today or yesterday, was just going into my head, and it was just like, God damn, that's what they were looking for? That you're looking for somebody to take your crazy and spit it back to you calm? Then that's not me. That's not me, and I have to say that. That's not me. I'm 5'7". I'm not 6 foot. Average guy's 5'10". Most men don't make 100 grand. I've made 100 grand in a year, but I'm not making that now. I got €1 to my pocket, but I still rich with my life, man. I got to hang out with my friends, sit in the park, relax. You know what I'm saying? Fucking do the damn thing. Watch this guy do his anchoring thing. Can you see him? Yeah, I can see him. He's over there by the people. And that's what it is. It's just the pot calling the kettle black. And most people don't want to do that, because every time you point at somebody, you got at least 3-4 fingers pointing back at you. And you don't want anybody to see you. You know, don't see my mistakes. No, I'm the mistake master. I highlight my mistakes because I don't want someone else to make mistakes, but true. Something to learn from it too. You know, it's like what do they call it? A Greek tragedy. You know what I mean? There's tragedy that goes on there. There's subversiveness. There's protagonist. There's all these elements where we would just like to find one good guy and one evil guy and call it the same. And it was just like, no, we're all both good and evil, dark and light, mostly saints, halo and horns, bro. Nobody gets to go through this thing called life mistake free. You're gonna have to fall off the bike. You're gonna get scars. You're gonna get dents. You're gonna get old. You're gonna get wrinkles, man. It's gonna fucking happen. But everybody's like, you know what? Let me go on dates with guys, but I look nothing like my pictures. Now I'm overweight and I've been using filters. And he's like, are you even the girl that I thought I was gonna date? How about we talk about that? Like, she took her makeup off and I couldn't even recognize her. Yep. Makeup is to make up for the lack of beauty. You're missing an aesthetic, so you're trying to make up for it and have somebody else to believe in it and go, okay, yeah, that's my aesthetic. You know what I mean? All these things are, and even more, you know, even more things that we go into our heads and we tell ourselves that I didn't do anything wrong, but you played a part, you know? You maybe you didn't like your part, maybe you got typecasted and it's not what you want to do from the start, but it fucking happened, man. And that's why I keep saying, like, you got to learn from your lessons. You can learn from history too. You can learn from other friends, but you're going to participate too, dude. It's like a participation award. You are participating in your own downfall. Most people don't want to have that acknowledgement. Most people don't want to have that kind of accountability to say, yeah, I participated and therefore I got the STD, therefore I got the DUI, therefore I got arrested. You know what I mean? Most people are like, I didn't do anything. Well, shit, man, if my registration was full, that guy would have never pulled me over. But I was poor or didn't have enough money, or I kept putting my own money in the business instead of to some government fucking fake ticket for $300. They let me out that day. I was wearing the same shirt I came into the country. It's all a bad joke. You want to gossip over tea? My boy did it fast, bro. Look at him. He's out. You want to gossip over tea? Well, watch out for the coffee, because there's going to be somebody sitting around talking about you too, bro. You know, they used to say your ear ringing. Like, my left ear would be ringing and they'd be like, that's somebody talking about me. Yeah, well, that's what you get. Instant motherfucking karma for fucking trying to out somebody and thinking that you wouldn't get outed. Now you're like, not me. And it's like, yeah, you got outed. They can out some of these accusers and Epstein files, but the girls get outed too. They were like, I was 16 and these guys passed me around like a bean, bro. Crazy. Crazy. And this is the leaders of the free world. These are the people that are supposed to bring Christianity. And they're the same people that'll go out and do fucking tailgate parties and drink and do DUIs on the Sunday when they should be going in there praising the same God that they say they believe in. It's easier to virtue signal to people and go, man, I got my shit together, bro. Everything's awesome. Everything's working. Let me have my 6-pack abs and get on the beach so you can see me. I just want to be seen. I want to be acknowledged. I want people to believe my dream. Instead of the real dream is to believe in your real living. You know, when you're really alive, do you still believe? In between the feelings, do you still believe? Are you still aware enough to make yourself move, bro? Not worried about somebody else's moves. How are you going to move? What are you going to do after? Are you going to stop dating baby daddies? Abusive men? How about you do your own background check? You know what I mean? Like, why don't you go in and ask? Did you even ask these questions? No, he duped me. No, you believed in a false dream and now you don't like the narrative, so you're going to go tell on somebody and spill the tea on someone else. Well, I'm not surprised that the tea's been spilled. You know, the tea app's about to be the Spilt Tea app, and all the dudes are going to go back and go spill the tea on all these girls. And now all their information is for the world to see. And that's what you get for doing dirty deeds. Whatever you do in the dark will come out in the light. It always does. Even if it's a CIA narc list, man, they're gonna fucking get the knock list and leak it. You know, information gets leaked. Hell, they even leak information to the mafia and the cartels, and they work together and all these things. So, who's to believe? Believe in yourself. Believe in your dream. You don't have to get anybody else to believe. You need to believe, and that's this morning's motivation, baby. If you got anything out of this, you already know. Like, share, subscribe below. But as always, peace and love, man. I want to work on my love, bro. I want love in my life, man. I don't want to be dissing somebody. I want to learn from these mistakes instead of hurting anybody and be a better partner because I learned something. That's my morning's motivation. That's the tea I spilt this morning, and that's what I've been learning. So, go see you on the other side. The other side of your fear, the other side of your excuses, and the other side of the world, because that's where I'll be. So peace. Enjoy.